Unfortunately for the Golden Knights yesterday, they lost to the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in overtime. They have suffered their first overtime loss of the season. And yeah, let's start the recap here. So, goaltenders for yesterday's game were Stuart Skinner for the Edmonton Oilers and Aiden Hill for the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, let's get to the goal scoring. So, first period, I don't know this guy's last name, but Warren with his third goal of the season, 1 minute and 56 seconds into the first period, gave the Edmonton Oilers an early 1-0 lead. But then eventually Keegan Kolesar with his third goal of the season ties it up for the Vegas Golden Knights. And that is the way the first period ends in a 1-1 tie. The Golden Knights had 9 shots on net in the first period, while Edmonton had 10, and both teams got a goal on those shots. Second period starts, Mark Stone with his 6th goal of the season scores on the penalty shot to give the Golden Knights a 2-1 lead. But then eventually Leon Draisaitl with his 10th goal of the season tied it up for the Edmonton Oilers. And that is the way the second period ends in a 2-2 tie. Golden Knights had 13 shots on net in the second, while Edmonton had 7. And both teams had a goal on those shots. Then the third period starts. Zach Hyman with his 9th goal of the season gave the Edmonton Oilers a 3-2 lead just 38 seconds into the third period. But then eventually Mark Stone with his 2nd goal of the season and not his second of the season. His 2nd goal of the game, his 7th of the season, ties it up for the Vegas Golden Knights. And that is the way the third period ends in a 3-3 tie. The Golden Knights had 12 shots on net in the third period, while Edmonton had 5, and both teams got a goal in the period. So then overtime starts, and Connor McDavid with his 16th goal of the season, 1 minute and 17 seconds into overtime, seals the win for the Edmonton Oilers. And the Golden Knights suffered their first overtime loss of the season. The Golden Knights didn't have any shots on net in overtime, but Edmonton had 1 shot, and that was the goal. So the only shot on net in overtime was the goal. So the Golden Knights fall to the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in overtime. But the good thing about this is since we lost in overtime, we still get a point for it. I mean, it does still suck how we lost in overtime, but since we did lose in overtime, we do still get a point. I wish we would have won, but the good thing about losing in overtime is that you still get a point for it. So the Golden Knights do lose to the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in overtime. They suffered their first overtime loss of the season, but they do still get a point. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace. Hopefully the Golden Knights can bounce back next time.